revered founder principal ma'am, Dr. Mrs. Manik Barsley, Honorable Principal Sir Dr. S.K. Sharma, our distinguished guest Dr. Sanjay Dhawan, the Director and Head of Ophthalmology at Max Hospital, Saket, Mr. Mithun Barsley, the Manager of Yamuna Vihar Branch, our respected Vice Principal Sir, Mr. Vibhu Shrotria, and Vice Principal Ma'am, Mrs. Prerna Barsley, our respectable Senior Most in Charge, Mr. M. Arora, the other in charges, and my dear friends. On behalf of the management of Greenfields Public School and the entire Greenfields family, I seek this golden opportunity to extend a very warm welcome and cordial welcome to our distinguished guests on this digital days. Dear friends, let's all extend a floral welcome to our distinguished guest of the day, Dr. Sanjay Dhawan. Believe me, Dr. Sanjay, this beautiful bouquet expresses our jubilation and enthusiasm for your benign presence to lead us all on this flight of life, and each of its petals contains millions of our blessings and good wishes for your progress and prosperity in all your endeavors. Thanks a lot to be amongst us all.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
And here comes the floral welcome, a symbol of our emotional love and respect for our founder principal, ma'am, with warm regards to our sweetest and the most loving persona we know. On behalf of Dr. Sanjay, teachers, as well as students, I request your kind self to accept this digital but very affectionate bouquet. We all love you, ma'am, and thank you from the bottom of our heart to spend these beautiful moments with us.
Thank you. Thank you to all. May God bless all of you.
Thank you, ma'am.
So much, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
And friends, here comes another floral welcome with very warm regards to our honorable principal, sir. With this beautiful bouquet, we all welcome you, sir, from the bottom of our hearts. It gives us immense pleasure and enthusiasm to have you both amidst us to witness today's program. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir, for your benign presence that transforms every moment into golden one and worth cherishing for ages. Dear
Thank
friends,
you, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Dear friends, before we initiate today's webinar, let me take this pride to announce, holding my head high, that Dr. Sanjay Dhawan is a proud Grenarian who is keeping our flag high, spreading its glory the world around. Today, it's a complete role reversal time as he's going to open vistas of his 7 Ps, helping us to live our lives to the hilt, celebrating each of its moments. A multifaceted personality, Dr. Sanjay, who has a passion for singing, sports, and photography too, says, and I quote, "Just like the moon, I don't have my own light. My life is an effort to reflect what I have learned from my great teachers, many great books, experience of my able colleagues, and the knowledge imparted by my own mistakes. My life is also the expression of my gratitude to Mother Nature that blessed me with skills, ability, and a compassionate heart to help people." Dear friends, Dr. Sanjay was awarded Delhi University Gold Medal by the former President of India, Shri K.R. Narayanan, for being the best candidate in Master of Surgery in Ophthalmology for the year 1995. He has been assistant professor at Manipal College of Medical Sciences, Nepal, and associated Himalaya Eye Hospital, a project of FECH of the Netherlands. A specialist of cataract surgery, glaucoma surgery, cornea transplant, squint, and oculoplasty surgery, Dr. Sanjay found his passion in teaching undergraduates too. He has worked with eminent hospitals like Guru Nanak Eye Care Center, Lions Hospital and Research Center, Perfect Vision Eye Hospital at Faridabad, introduced by Bausch & Lomb, India, Fortis Hospitals, Vassan Eye Care, to name a few, and always as a director or the head of its department. Dear friends, our boy, Dr. Sanjay Dhawan, has been a member of many important national and international professional organizations for ophthalmology, including Delhi Ophthalmological Society, All India Ophthalmological Society, American Society of Cataract and Refractive Surgery, etc. He is also an expert and advisor in ophthalmology to many media houses and publications. There are many more honors to his accreditation. I really find the long list too difficult to brief, all due to time constraints, and hope Dr. Sanjay would excuse me for this. So let's welcome our esteemed guest of such a great astute once again with a big round of applause. And now, it's time to listen to his words of virtues. So over to you, Dr. Sanjay.
Thank you very much, Mahima, for lavish use of words. Really, I'm feeling embarrassed that, so much is said about me.
It was my pleasure, actually.
And first of all, let me thank Ma'am Bursley for giving me this opportunity to be with all of you, Dr. S.K. Sharma, and other esteemed members over here, all the teachers and all the students. So it's a nice feeling coming back to your own alma mater and talking to your own folks, your own friends, your own teachers, ex-teachers. And I remember that Dr. Sharma, I think the only teacher we have right now from those times is Dr. Sharma. Dr. Sharma taught me mathematics, So I remember him from those days. And before Dr. Sharma, it was Mr. J.K. Sharma, who was the maths teacher. And fortunately, we lost him in one of the accidents in the school picnic. And I still remember, and I really miss him to the date. So coming to now, I'll be very, very informal, and I would expect everybody to be informal with me. So I'll address the students first. I am one of you. So I'm no different, So don't forget about the praises that Mahima showered on me. Forget about all those things. No, I am one of you. I'm one of the students of Greenfields. I joined Greenfields in the year 1974, when most of you were not even born. I'm sure that many of the teachers were also not born that time. So 1974, I joined class 6th, and I did my class 10th in 1979. At that point of time, the school was only up to class 10th. So we had to move out of the school after class 10th. And then I joined St. Xavier School for 2 years, 11th and 12th. After that, I did 2 years of, you will be surprised to know, English honors in Hansraj College in Delhi University. And after that, I joined medicine, my MBBS in Maulana Azad Medical College. And I was one of the toppers at the time of entry. After my MBBS, I did DO at Maulana Azad only. Then I did my MS from Lady Hardy Medical College, where I got gold medal. And so when I entered the medicine, I was at the top. When I exited the medicine, I was at the top. In between, I was at the bottom also for some time now. So it was a reverse parabolic curve that I followed over there. I come from a very, very humble background. I spent most of my time in East Delhi, Trans Yamuna, in a very small, humble locality. And my parents were very, very humble also. My parents were not very well educated. In fact, my father was only class 5th pass and my mother was class 10th pass now. So that was the background. The reason why I'm putting this background to you is to tell you that I am actually one of you, right? And I was just another ordinary boy in school. And so there's nothing really big or great about me, nothing to, make me stand out in any way. I was, as far as my studies was concerned, I was good in a few subjects. I was bad in others. So I used to do very well in maths and very well in science, but I was pathetic, horrible in social sciences. I was bad in Hindi. I was okay in English, And as far as my teachers were concerned, they would love me and hate me at the same time. It's because I was a bright child and I was also a naughty child. So again, to tell you that I was a very, very normal kind of a student. So there was nothing extraordinary about me about those days. But being normal, being ordinary does not really mean that you will always remain ordinary or that prevents you from progressing in life. You can always make progress in life. You need to have that fire in your belly. You need to have that drive inside you that you need to do something in your life. You have to keep working towards becoming better. And that's what happened with me, and that's what made all the difference. And I give a huge credit to my school. And to put it very, very realistically, I'm not giving a false credit. I'm not giving a fake credit. I'm not saying just for the sake of saying it. Because the time when I was in school, the school was only beginning to be established. So we did not have those facilities. We were, in Vivek Vihar branch, and to begin with, it was a very kacha building with the asbestos sheets. I remember that, often in at least in one summer during the rains, the whole school got flooded with water, and we enjoyed our vacation, unforeseen vacation. So with those kind of things, so there was. So it was not that we had great facilities or anything great, but there's something special about Greenfields, which I'd like to put forward to you, and that is that Greenfields gave us that inspiration, that fire, that desire to rise in life, that desire to do better. And I can tell you that most of my batchmates did very well in their life. So actually, I have come to the conclusion that school does not is not important for education. School does not really educate you. The school does not really make you the person that you are. The school only inspires you. And if school is able to inspire you to become your best, the school has done its job. And so are the teachers. Teachers cannot teach you unless you want to learn, unless you want to be taught, right? You would do your learning yourself. Teachers can only guide you, but more importantly, teachers can inspire you, sometimes with a positive words and sometimes with a slap on your face. I got lots of them on my face also, so I was no exception then. And so the teachers can actually inspire you a lot. And in what way and which teacher will inspire you, you will not get to know now. You may sometimes find that there are teachers whom you don't like, but their words may be the words in your head, in your mind. I still remember one of my teachers. She was an English teacher, and once she called me and spoke to me and scolded me and told me that, Sanjay, you're wasting your time, you're wasting your life. What are you doing? You're being so naughty, you're not paying attention to studies, you're not being sincere. She said कि खाना तो हर कोई आदमी कमा लेता है, जो कीड़े भी होते हैं, कीड़े भी खाना कमा लेते हैं अपना. Life is not about that. You have to do more than that. I was not very fond of that teacher, but her words remained with me in my mind forever. Whenever I was going astray in my life, those words would come as a bell and will inspire me, will tell me to move forward, to do something better, to do something different. So is the power of inspiration which the teachers can provide. And my sincere, heartfelt advice to students would be that, okay, have fun with teachers, make fun of teachers, but never dismiss their word as, always remember their words. This is your is at their heart, and which teacher will inspire you, which teacher's words will come to your mind at one point of time and may change your life. You never know. So with that preface, I'd like to start my talk for today. All of us are wanted to lead a good life, but many of us are confused at what does it mean and how can we have a good life. It becomes very difficult to decide. So I have given it a lot of thought, and a lot of discussion, a lot of observations of my life. I'm 58 years of age, so I have spent 58 years observing life and living life. So I have tried to organize those thoughts. I've tried to organize those ideas in a 7 P's principle. And so these are the principles that can guide you to lead a better life, to have a good quality living, to have a happy life. See, at the end of the day, we all want to be happy. We all want to be satisfied with ourselves. We all want to do good in our life. So that is the aim, that is the objective of today's conversation. I call it Dr. Dhawan's live chat. And fortunately, it has become a TV show on internet TV that's called IBM TV. So every Friday evening at 9:30 to 10:30 p.m., I hold this show on IBM TV. It's called Dr. Dhawan's live chat, and which encompasses various principles that I'm going to be talking about today. So Dr. Dhawan's live chat is all about how to live your life, how to take care of your body, mind, people, and soul. So I have grouped important aspects of life into 7 parts now, and I call it 7 P's of life. And what are these 7 P's? These 7 P's of life are: number 1, profession. So for students, studies is their profession. Profession is something that occupies most of your time. Number 2 is passion. Number 3, physique or body. Number 4, people around you and pets around you. Number 5, places. Number 6, paisa, money. Number 7, philosophy. So these 7 aspects of our life are there, and let us go one by one on each and every aspect. And I feel that it's very, very important to think about our lives under these 7 headings and try to address and take care of each aspect of each heading in a balanced way. Only then we can be happy, only then we can progress in life, only then we can be satisfied with ourselves at the end of the day. So coming to profession, and like in the case of the students here, it is the education is the profession, and of course for the teachers, the teaching is the profession. When it comes to profession, what's important is that you must put your heart, mind, and soul into your profession. So if you're studying, put your heart, mind, and soul into it. Do not do anything half-heartedly. Do not do anything with a disinterested mind. Either you should be fully involved in the studies or you should be fully out of it. There's no midway. Because if you study with half your mind, half your heart, half your attention, you will not understand anything, and that time is wasted. It is better to use that time in having some fun rather than wasting the time in front of a book. So when you open a book, when you're studying, you must put your full mind, heart, and soul into it. Study in a way that you enjoy it. Make it fun. The study should be fun. Study should be enjoyable. And don't take studies as burden. Take it as learning, that you are preparing yourself for future. You're preparing yourself to lead a better life. You're preparing yourself to be more happy. And study is not about career only. Study is not about profession only. Study is actually making you a good human being, a complete human being. So for students, put your heart, mind, and soul into your profession, which is education, which is studies. For teachers, also, put your heart, mind, and soul into your profession. You are building the future of this world. So all the students who are students today may become doctors tomorrow, like I am, may become engineers, may become teachers like you, may become say astronauts, may become scientists, may become business people, may become industrialists. They are the ones who are going to be shaping India, who are going to be shaping the whole world in times to come. So you are not just educating, you're not just helping them qualify the exam. Do not think that your profession is small, that you're just teaching them a lesson and they're just appearing for the exam and qualifying. No, you're actually building this world. You're actually building the universe. If the astronauts, if those space scientists were not taught by their teachers, we would have been still stuck on the Earth. We would not have been able to explore the moon and the Mars and the rest of the universe. So if today man has gone into the outer space, it is because those men were educated by the teachers when they were young. So I say that teachers play a very, very vital role in building this mankind, in the future of the mankind. So, and that is the reason why I respect teachers. I feel that they should be paid more, they should be paid better, they should have better quality of life. But that is not important. Regardless of what salaries you're getting, regardless of your work condition, regardless of the benefits and perks, you must still put your heart, mind, and soul into your profession, because that is your mission. That is your calling, and you're building the future for this world. So students, you don't think that I'm giving, this message to only teachers. The message is more for the students here. When it comes to choice of profession, one should choose a profession where one can actually slug it out throughout life. Profession after sometimes becomes very dull, dry, drab, boring. But we should be able to go through that dull phase of profession, go through that boring phase of profession, and make it interesting. A profession should have a long-term stability. It should have a financial security in it. So students, when you decide of your career, of your profession, look at these aspects. That will it be a stable profession in times to come? Not now. Think of 10, 20 years ahead. Because right now you're in class 11th or 12th, you're just about maybe 15 or 16 years of age. You would actually start working 10 years ahead, maybe around when you're around 25, 26 years of age now. And you'll have to continue to work for the next 30, 40 years. So think ahead that 10 years from now, which will be a good profession, and how long will that profession remain good and stable in future? So think ahead. So choose a profession that offers a long-term stability, a financial security, and something which you know that even in bad times, even on the days when you're feeling low, even the days when you're feeling sad, you'll still be able to go to your work and will be able to do that work. So choose that kind of profession. Don't make your hobby your profession, because if you make your hobby your profession, you will lose interest in that. We will come to hobbies and those passion later on, but for the profession, these are the points which are very, very important, that you should be able to put your 100% into your profession, and this should be something that you should be able to do on your bad days also. Profession is the first thing because that is the main thing that we do in our life. So for a homemaker, for a housewife, managing the home is a profession, and she needs to put whole heart and mind and soul into it. Otherwise, home will be broken. The second important aspect of life is passion. Passion should be different from profession. And if by chance your passion becomes your profession, then please choose another passion. Why? Because profession becomes dull, dry, drab, and boring after some time, becomes very monotonous. So to break the monotony, to add some fizz, some fun, and some happiness in your life, you need some passion alongside. You know what I say? That if you know an engine, a vehicle, or motor vehicle, a car engine needs what to run? Needs fuel to run, petrol, or gas, or diesel. But that is not enough. If you run the car on petrol only, after some time the car engine will get heated up and will break down. So what else is needed? The car engine needs oil, lubricant. So both are needed. You need more of fuel, you need less of oil, but you need oil alongside the fuel. That is what provides the lubrication to the engine, prevents it from heating up, prevents it from breaking down. So our passions are that essential lubricant in our life. Our profession is the fuel that makes our life go. But the passions are the ones that make our life interesting and go smoothly. Right? It prevents any breakdown. It keeps us interested in our profession for a long time. So it's very, very important to have passion and profession and simultaneously. For students, if you were to study throughout the day and not have any fun, you will collapse after some time. There'll be a nervous breakdown. There'll be a burnout. After a few hours of study, nothing goes into your head. You must have experienced yourself that you studied for 8 hours. And at the end of 8 hours, what you remember is something which was worth 2 hours only. So don't study for long hours. Right? You should have fun, some time of fun alongside your study. It's very, very important because the fun time also prepares your mind and relaxes your mind for the studies also. So your passions actually help you prepare for your profession as well. Keep a balance between the two. Don't spend 8 hours in fun. Don't spend 8 hours in studies. Keep a balance. Spend good time in studies and spend some time in the fun also. So the passion should be something which is fun and enjoyable, something that makes you happy, something that can make you crazy. Your profession will never drive you crazy. And profession is from 10 to 6 in the evening or 9 to 5 in the evening. But passion is something that can drive you crazy. Passion is something that you can do in the middle of the night also. So that's important. So it's important to have fun. It's important to have some passion, something that makes you a child again. And it need not be just one passion. You can have many, many passions. You can keep switching from one passion to the other. You can keep swimming in the whole thing. Now, see, my profession is medicine. I'm a doctor. It's almost a religion for me. I spend throughout the day working with the patients, operating on their eyes, giving them vision, helping them out. No, it gives me immense satisfaction. But I do this every day, 6 days a week for last 30 years. I've been doing that. No. So there are days and times when I get really bored and tired and fatigued, and kind of I lose interest. So to get me back into the interest, to get me going, to get me energized, I need passion, and I have lots of passion. Mahima has enumerated some of them. I love music. I love to sing. I love to listen to music. I love photography. I love running, cycling, fitness. I love hiking. I love mountaineering. I love traveling. I also write bit of snippets here and there. I like gizmos. I know a lot about computers and technology and gizmos, much more than, say, a doctor would be expected to know. So those are my passions, and they keep me going. They keep me going because, and I kind of, sometimes I'm into singing, sometimes into photography. So depending on my mood, depending on a day, depending on where I am, I indulge in my passions. It is the passions that prevent any kind of nervous breakdown, makes me happy, keeps me going, makes me most efficient in my profession. So all the dullness, dryness of the work is taken care of by my passion. I feel refreshed, I feel energized. So passions form the lubricant of the engine, that is you, and your profession forms the fuel of the engine, that is you. You are the engine, you are pulling your life, take your life forward. So always have passions, and passion and profession should run simultaneously. Third aspect is physique, our body. Physique is our body, mind, and our soul, and our heart. So what is a body? This is the tool to function in life. This is tool which is you use to enjoy it to the fullest. This is the tool. This is your tool with which you can do everything that you have to do in your life. And just like you'll take care of the tools, you must take care of your body. It's very, very important to have your body in good shape. There are different aspects of the body which are important for us. Of course, appearance is very, very important, no? And for youngsters, appearance is extremely important too. So take care of your appearance. But more important than appearance is the movement, the functionality of the body. If you're not able to move, appearance is of no use. So you have to remain fit. You have to exercise your body every day. You have to maintain your fitness. You have to maintain your weight. You have to maintain your diet, your nutrition. You would have to take adequate hydration. So it's very, very important to take care of your health, your body, and fitness. And this may sound slightly odd because you are 16 years of age and you're all very, very fit and healthy at this age. But you will not realize that when in life, this fitness starts going down. So whatever habits you form now are the habits which will last you a lifetime. Whatever dietary habits, whatever exercise habits, whatever daily routine you adopt now will last you for the lifetime, will affect you in the longer run. So just like when you buy a new car, a new toy, a new gizmo, a new phone, a new device, you take good care of the new device so that it should last you longer. You should take care of your body now so that your body should last you the lifetime. Now you may not feel the need to, but when you start feeling the need to, it may become too late. You may develop lifestyle diseases. You may develop, muscles may become weak. Your joints may become bad. It may become difficult to reverse then. So start taking care of your body right now and make it a habit. To make it fun. So physical exercise is one of the most important aspects of life, as important as is education, as important as our passions. So all of you, do some form of exercise every day. Do what you enjoy. So exercise need not be boring stuff. Exercise need not be difficult in tasks. It should be something which is fun, some fun activity. Like I'm into cycling, I'm into running, I do some weightlifting also, I go to gym as well. But I'm more into outdoor activities. I go on mountains hiking, trekking. I go mountain climbing. The highest mountain that I've climbed is 6,000 meters peak in Ladakh. It's called Stokangri. 6,000 meters is, something like, 21,000 feet. So it is a very, very, quite a high altitude peak. And so I try to remain physically fit. It helps. If my body is fit, I'm able to enjoy my life more. To see, with a bad body, with a diseased body, you cannot enjoy your life. You cannot be happy. So to lead a happy life, you must make sure that your body is healthy and fit. So all the fun that you want to have in life is possible only when your body is fit. No? So always exercise. No? Your emotions, your thoughts are very, very important. No? Because if you're sad, if you're low, you cannot lead a happy, worthwhile life. No? If your thoughts are full of turmoil, if there's a conflict in the head, again, it will not, your life will not be very, very happy. So you must take care of your emotions. You must take care of your thoughts. No? The choices you make, the decisions you make, the actions, the expressions, they're all important aspects of your body, and they have an immense effect on the life that you lead. Sixth point is the taboo subject, sex. Sex is a very, very important aspect of life, very, very important part of life. It's often misunderstood and misrepresented, and nothing that is talked about now. So I would say that it's time that sex should also be taught in school. I hope that some sex education has started in school and it's going on. And not only it's important to know about sex, but also what is the purpose of sex? Why did nature make sex? So anything that is natural, anything that's made by nature, made by God or whatever creator, has a purpose. The sexual feelings help bring people together, bond together, form a family, form a team. So family is a team. And this family as a team is the smallest unit in this world. It keeps the team together, keeps the team working, keeps the team motivated and going. So it has a greater role than just a reproduction. So never look at sex as something which is negative or a bad or only has a purpose of reproduction. No, it has a greater meaning. It has a motivating role. It has a purpose in their life. Then diseases are other important aspects of your body. There are a lot of lifestyle diseases which are prevalent nowadays. We can always avoid, prevent it, minimize it, mitigate their effect by having a healthy lifestyle. Adopt that lifestyle right now. There are other diseases which you cannot prevent, like this pandemic came in, the COVID came in, it came in all of a sudden from nowhere, and it led to a lot of pain, agony, and death. But people who were otherwise keeping healthy, who had good immunity, were able to fight it off, were able to ward off the infection. Whereas people who were leading a poor health, who had other disorders, disease disorders, they had a very bad time with the disease. We have lost a lot of people. So it's important to be prepared for the unforeseen, because in life, you do not know when the whole things may change. Like this pandemic changed the whole world, changed the way the whole world worked. You used to come to school, used to have physical classes, used to meet your friends, used to have fun, used to play games also. But COVID locked you up into your houses. Everything went online. Before the online classes started, going online was fun. But with the online classes, even the online was not fun anymore. So you're all bound indoors. There's no outdoor sports. There's no outdoor sporting activity. You can't go and meet your friends. You cannot hang out with your friends. Cannot chill with your friends. So this one little virus changed the whole world. But believe me, in life, in this world, things like this can happen anytime. So you have to be prepared mentally and physically to be able to deal with unforeseen challenges. So there are learnings in this COVID which you must absorb. COVID has also shown a lot of death around us, and again, death is a taboo subject, taboo topic. We don't want to talk about death, especially we do not want to talk about our own death or death of our close ones. But believe me that death is something that will happen to all of us. So we should not shy away, should not be scared of talking about it, discussing about it. We should not be scared of planning for death. And planning of death doesn't mean that how to die. The planning of death means that how to live your life so that when you finally die, you die with satisfaction, looking back that yes, in my life I was good. So that's what I mean when I say we should be able to talk about death. And so in my family, we often talk about death. And I talk about death to my kids also. We always discuss. For us in my family, no subject is a taboo subject. We discuss about everything. So we also, like I also, when the COVID started, I talked to my family. I told them, okay, in case anything goes wrong, in case we get affected by COVID, in case I die, then these are the things that you need to take care of. These are the assets which are there. These are the things that we have. You can seek help of so and so. This is how you need to plan your life. So never be scared of discussing anything in your family with your friends. Discussion should be with open mind, open heart, without any fear. After death, is there a life after death? Is there a life before death? We don't really know for sure, but there is a very strong evidence which suggests that yes, it is possible that there may be life after death or life before life. That there is a continuum, that with the death things don't come to an end. The life kind of continues in some form. There are evidence. There's no proof as yet, but there's very strong objective scientific evidence to suggest that there is something after life also. This you can make your own ideas. You can make your own thought about that. The next important aspect of our lives is people and pets. People and pets are together. I don't call pets as animals. I don't put them separately. So who are the people? Our family, our friends, our colleagues, our fellow students, strangers on the street, the employees, the employers, our lovers, our beloved, pets, anyone whose life you touch or who touches your life are the people in your life. Make sure that whose ever life you touch, you should enrich their life. Treat everybody with great respect and great regard, with a lot of love. No person is inferior or superior. Nobody is big, nobody is small. We are all equal human beings. We all need to love each other. We all need to be friends. So treat everybody as though you would treat your friends. Love them as you would love your friends. Try to help as many people as you can. So be nice to people. Be nice to people on the street. If say we find a janitor in your school, be nice to that person. If you find somebody, say on the streets, who needs help them out. I'm sorry, I'll just now go back to the thing. Can you see my screen? Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, all right, fine. So people play a very, very important role in our life. Our parents shape our early life. Our teachers shape our future. Our friends make our life fun, happy, and worth living. When we grow up, we meet our future spouse. Our lovers, our spouses make our future bright, give us a family life. So our employers give us a living. Our employees help us make that living. So everybody, all the people in our life are very, very valuable, should be respected, should be loved. So never try to hurt anybody. Never consciously hurt. I mean, accidentally you may end up hurting people, but never consciously, never knowingly hurt anyone. And try to remain friends forever with everyone. So that's what is important. So treat people with respect, with love. Treat pets and animals with respect and love. Animals have got as much right to on this earth, on the resources of the earth, as human beings have. God had made everybody equal. It was, very accidental that human beings kind of proliferated in a big way and changed the whole world. But this world belongs to animals as much as it belongs to human beings. So treat animals with kindness, with care, and with love. Places. What is the importance of places? This world is so wide and beautiful. You live in the plains of Delhi. There are rivers, there are mountains, there are mountain peaks, there are snow-covered peaks. There are valleys, there are canyons, there is sea, there are beaches. There's so much a beautiful landscape. Then, if you go Inside the earth, there's the core of the earth. You go outside, there's the atmosphere, there's outer space, there's the moon, there's stars, there's sun, there's so many planets. This whole universe is a beautiful place. Why did nature make this universe so vast and so beautiful? There must be some purpose. Every place has a purpose in it. Every place gives you a new experience, a new kind of energy. So visit as many places as you can in your life. Take care of the places where you live. So take care of your home. Keep your home neat and clean and tidy and organized. Keep your own room, your own desk, your own corner. Your home should reflect what you are. And you should love your home, and your home should love you back. You should love your classroom. Make your classroom unique. Add your identity to your classroom and take something from your classroom away to yourself. Love your school. Take care of your school. Keep your school clean. Keep this environment clean. Keep your roads clean. Keep your locality clean. If each one of us start taking care of the places around us, this world will become even more beautiful. I often see people, on the road littering. They'll be moving in a luxury car, and then they open the window and throw something on the street. It is so disgusting. It is so hurtful and so shameful. That why litter your street? It is your own city. It's your own world. It's your own country. Why spoil it? It does not take much of an effort to pack up your garbage, carry it with you, and dispose it off in a proper trash can at home or in some other trash can. It does not take much of an effort, but it reflects so much on your personality. It reflects so much on you. So see, if you're littering the street, fine, street is dirty, but how does it reflect on you? That your mind is not clean. So if not for the sake of street, for the sake of your own mind, for the sake of your own person, you are a beautiful person. You're not the kind of person who will tarnish this world. You'll tarnish the places around you. You're a beautiful person. So the things that you do are a reflection of what you are. So make sure that you do beautiful things. Make sure that you keep things and places beautiful. So keep your environments clean and beautiful. Be eco-friendly. Do not damage this ecology. We as human beings have done a lot of damage to the ecology. And one of the reasons why the pandemic spread so much was because that we as humans have done a lot of harm to the nature. So take care of nature. Take care of the environment around you. Keep it neat and clean. Do not cause damage to the environment. So go to a lot of places, experience those places. Do not rush going through those places. Spend time in every place, absorb. If right now you're not able to travel, at least, when you go around in your locality, go around, try to see your locality, try to observe things. You'll find that there are a lot of things which you missed earlier on. When you go back to your school, try to go take a walk around the school. You may be able to see and observe your school in a different way. Keep it in your memories. Every place you visit will also remain in your memories, and you'll be able to go visit back in your memories and feel happy about that. Mark my words, that 10 years from now, 20 years from now, you will remember your school. Those images of your school, which may appear bad sometime, will appear very happy images afterwards. So places are very, very important. Every place gives you a new energy. It enriches your life in a new way. Not just this world, but also the universe. Most of us will not be able to travel to moon or to Mars or to the space. But we can always read up about this. We can watch movies about this. We can watch documentaries about this. Explore that. Learn that. You'll find this universe is so interesting. It's so huge and so interesting that everything is so amazingly created by nature. It is so amazing that it's not an accident. It has been designed so beautifully. So there is probably some big scientist who was at work. We can call him God, or we can call him mega scientist. The biggest, greatest scientist ever was one who created this universe. For people who believe in science, for people who do not believe in science, those who are otherwise God made, nature made, the creator made. But this universe is a beautiful place. You must explore it. The sixth P, and a very, very important P, is paisa, money, pelf. Money is very, very important to lead a good, healthy, and happy life. So, but money is not everything. When the money or wealth increases, the happiness increases to some extent because it fulfills your needs, your basic desires, makes your life comfortable. Then, when more money comes in, happiness increases further. When more money comes in, happiness does not increase, it becomes static. So, if you look at this graph in this picture, the green bars is the amount of wealth that you may have, and the blue dots and blue line is the happiness. With the increase in wealth, first the happiness tends to increase. With further increase in wealth, happiness does not increase any further, it plateaus down. And with even further increase in the wealth, happiness starts decreasing. You start becoming more and more unhappy. Very, very rich people are not happy, they are unhappy. Why? Because to acquire too much of a wealth, you have to compromise on a lot of things. You have to compromise on your physique. You have to compromise on your family. You take time away from yourself. You take time away from your family. You take time away from your passion. You lead a very dull, dry, drab life. You lose your happiness. You lose for your family. You know, the families disintegrate. And so you should work, you should earn money, you should increase your wealth, but try to stick somewhere on this early part of the plateau. Do not think that too much of wealth would mean too much of happiness. No. You have to increase experience of your life. Remember this phrase which I'm going to tell you. And I told this to my own kids also, and they remember it and they felt it very, very useful. Experiential happiness is far better and lasts longer than material happiness. So what I mean by material happiness, happiness which you get out of buying things, acquiring possessions, cars, gizmos, houses, toys, stuff like that. Yes, if you buy a new gizmo, a new toy, or a new thing, a new car, it'll give you some happiness. For 1 week, for 1 month, you'll be happy. But when everybody has seen that new car, then you'll not be happy anymore. Whereas compared this to experiential happiness. So what is experiential happiness? When you experience something great in your life. You had gone for a wonderful holiday to some nice place. You had a great time. You say, let us say, for example, you went for a trip, school trip with your friends. You had a great time in that trip. You had fun in that trip. That was a great experience which you had. Even years afterwards, you think about that holiday, that trip, and feel happy about it, don't you? You talk to your friends about that. Oh, we did this, we did that. We had so much fun. Again and again, you talk about that. You live those moments over and over again. So remember that experiential happiness is much better and lasts longer than material happiness. So when you earn money, you should earn money and spend it for experience, not for material. So remember that should live a life in a way that your experience becomes more and better. So to summarize, money management is extremely important to lead a quality life. It is not just how much money you earn, how you manage it also. You need to save for future. You need to take care of all your needs. You should not be overspending. You should be planning your expenditure. Money does add to happiness, but only to a limited extent, only till this point. Beyond this, the happiness decreases. So too much money is detrimental for good living. The last P, and another very, very important P, is philosophy. Now, kids, you may think that why are we being taught about philosophy? Why being told about philosophy? What is it? Philosophy is not just abstract idea or just a thought or thinking. Philosophy is very, very important at your age and stage. No? Of course, it's important with older people also, but it's very, very important for you also. The question that you need to ask yourself is, this is not the question for you. What is life? You need not ask this question. What is our purpose? You need not ask this question also. But you can ask another question to yourself, that what do I want to do with my life? Where do I want to be in my life? How high I want to rise in my life? How many people I want to help and benefit in my life? How good I want to become? How great I want to become? So philosophy for you should be that what do you want to be in life as a person? I'm not talking about profession. I'm not talking about passions here. I'm not talking about money here. I'm talking about things which are beyond that. That, okay, fine. That do I want to be a computer engineer or do I want to be Bill Gates? If you say, okay, fine, I want to be a great computer engineer, so you're talking about your profession. But if you say, okay, I want to be as great as Bill Gates and make a huge industry and help the world, no? Then you're talking about a philosophy. So, or I want to be as great as Dalai Lama. I want to bring peace in this world. I want to bring happiness in this world. I want to heal the world. I want to make this world a better place. I want to make an aircraft which can take people to Mars. No? I want to make electric cars. I want to make Tesla. So there you're talking about philosophy. So that is the philosophy I'm talking about for you. No? That I want to be good to my family. I want to be good to my parents. I want to be good to everybody around me. I want to take care of animals. No? So ask yourself that what is your philosophy in life? What does life mean for you? What do you want to become in your life? And when you have now think of 60, 70 years ahead, when you would have lived your life, when you had been done with your profession, your family and your kids and everything, at that stage, what do you want to, what would you like to feel? See, often when you go for job interviews or if you go for any important interviews, people often ask you, where do you see yourself 5 years from now? Your parents may have asked you, where do you want to be 5 years from now? But when we talk of philosophy, I'm asking you, where do you want to see yourself 60 or 70 years from now? So that is what the philosophy is. Don't spend too much time and thought on philosophy, but yes, have a one-line philosophy for yourself. Like if you see that every company has a mission vision, every school has a motto. Mahima, can you tell me what is the motto of Greenfields? Or anybody else can tell me?
Yes, we can.
Yeah, please share. What is the motto?
Prafullit Pushp.
Yes. So basically, Prafullit Pushp is a blooming flower. So the school's motto is to have the kids bloom like a flower in their life. So that is the motto. Educating the children is the profession for the school, but making them bloom to their full glory, that is the philosophy, that is the motto. So you should, as kids, also form some philosophy for yourself, towards which end you'll work. So that will be your final destination. So these are the 7 aspects of life which we need to take care of now. So you can do a simple exercise. You can put the 7 headings, maybe I'll put a few lines under each heading for yourself. And then organize your life, organize your thought. This is not something that I have created. This is not something new. You would already know about these things. I have just tried to organize a thinking process. So basically I'm giving you a direction. It's like giving you a roadmap. So you know where to go, you know how to go, but if you have a Google map, it becomes easier to reach your destination faster. So these principles can actually work as a Google map for you, which will help you, progress in your life and lead a very happy, satisfied, and fulfilling life. That is the objective for today's talk. So that brings me to the end of my talk. I'll be very happy to answer any doubts, any query, any questions you have. I hold this chat show on IBM TV every Friday at 9:30 p.m. And if anybody is interested in watching, you can log on to their YouTube channel and watch it and join me. And if anybody wants to come on to that show, if you have something interesting about life, talk about, offer on that show, I'll be happy to host you on that show also as guest. So you're most welcome to be there. I'll stop sharing my slideshow, and any questions from anyone is welcome.
Good evening, sir. Myself, Abhijat Singh Shakya, and I have a question for you.
Good evening.
Sir, what role does a failure plays in success?
Oh,
if
wow.
you have experienced any failure, please tell us.
Oh, yes. Lots of failures, right? So I'll tell you, I have experienced... So failures, mistakes, blunders, mischiefs, injuries, hurts, they all have a very, very important role to play. You always learn a lot more from your failures than you learn from your success. The success gets to your head, makes you snobbish, makes you arrogant, makes you lose sight of things. The failure grounds you. It actually brings you about lot more learning. And when they say that failures are stepping stone to success, that is actually true. It's difficult to understand that, but it's actually true. Uh, if you have a smaller sibling in your house, say a younger brother, younger sister, or a younger cousin, you may have seen that you may tell, okay, fine, don't do this, you'll get hurt. But the child will not listen to you. He or she will go and do that thing and then get hurt, right? Your word was not able to educate or teach that child that what kind of pain the person will experience from that hurt. But that experience and actually has taught more, that it hurts, how the pain feels, and when you get injured, how much longer it takes for the injury to heal. And it can be painful, it may require treatment, it may require injections, may require medicine also. So the learning is a lot more. Next time, that child will not go and do the same thing again, and will also help other kids not to get injured. So there's a lot more learning in failures and mistakes. No? And failures should not to keep you down. Failure should not bog you down. Don't think that failure is an end of life. No. Failure is basically that, okay, at this moment, I was not ready to do this, so I failed. So I have to come back, I have to prepare better, I have to come back another day to deal with it. Failure is not the end of the world. Failure is just basically a message for me that, okay, I may be better prepared for something else, but I'm not prepared for this particular thing. I may be doing another job very good, but right now I'm not ready for this job. So I need to go and improve and maybe work more or try in a different way, prepare myself in a different way to be able to do this job. Come back another day and try it again. I'll give you an example. You know of Everest, which is the highest mountain peak on this earth. It's in Nepal, north of India. And first time the Everest was climbed was in the year 1957, if I'm not mistaken. But people were trying to climb that peak for many, many decades before that. Many mountaineers tried. Many of them died trying. And ultimately they succeeded. But had they stopped trying, nobody would have succeeded in climbing that peak. And now innumerable people have climbed the Mount Everest. So failures actually bring about a lot of learning. They tell you, okay, fine, how to prepare and come back to it in a better way. Failures make you stronger. Failures teach you a lot more. Failures give you a different perspective to life. So suppose if you have failed today and you come out of that failure, tomorrow if your friend, if your younger sibling, if your younger brother fails, you'll be able to help him, guide him better. You'll be able to understand him better. So it makes you a better human being. It makes you more compassionate. Had you not failed, you'll just say, you tell your brother, you're not no good. You're no good, you're bad. You'll be having almost the reverse effect on his psyche. You'll make him even more depressed. But if you have yourself failed, if you have gone through that pain yourself, you'll be able to understand your sibling, your friend, your colleagues better. So it makes you a better, more compassionate human beings. So you can look around, the people who have only succeeded, never failed, they will not be as compassionate as people who have gone through struggle in their life. And in my school days, I have failed in some class tests, some terminal exams very, very often. I did not fail in any of the final exams, but I somehow managed to pass in few subjects, especially things like social studies, Hindi, English, which involved a lot of text. I was bad at reading and writing. Okay, now let me share another secret about myself. I have dyslexia. I have a specific reading-writing problem. My handwriting has always been bad and I was very, very slow in writing. My reading was very, very slow and pathetic. So I could not read very well. So these subjects which involved a lot of reading and writing, I was bad at those subjects. Social sciences, Hindi, English was those. Science and maths did not involve a lot of reading and did not involve a lot of writing. So I was very good at that. My comprehension was very, very good. My analytical skills were very, very good. My memory was good. I was sharp. I was intelligent. but my reading and writing was very, very bad. And in those days, we were not even aware of anything called dyslexia. Now there's a lot of understanding about dyslexia. And I used to think that, okay, I'm bad, my handwriting is bad, I'm poor at reading, and teachers would feel that he does not pay attention. But nobody would understand. Even I did not know that I had dyslexia, and I was struggling with it. But I managed to pull myself through. But had I slowed down, had I stopped, I would not have reached where I am. So life will always pose challenges for you. You'll find difficulties in your way. You have to overcome those difficulties. You have to face those challenges. You have to devise strategies, ways, and means. Your strategy will be different from other strategy. If somebody is able to read for 10 hours in a day and you're not able to, does not mean that your strategy is wrong. You define a different strategy. Don't try to be like others. Be like yourself. Find ways for yourself. I am very good at audiovisual learning, very bad at reading. Even till date, I'm bad at reading. But so what I did was I chose in my medicine career, I chose books which were very precise, small books, though they were difficult, which has very condensed knowledge. So they needed less reading, less time, but better understanding. My application of knowledge was great. I used that part. So I was able to overcome. I did fail in one of my subjects in the medical school in my second professional, that is third year of exam. And that was the only main exam where I had failed, and I had to take that exam again. But that did not stop me. It did not walk me down. So failure should not stop you. Hurt should not stop you. Pain should not stop you. You have to find ways and means and to overcome that. And believe me, every hurt, every pain, every failure makes you a better individual, a better person, a stronger person for future. It prepares you for future, right? So say if you have to jump over a pit, you may fall. But if you fall, you'll know, okay, this style of jumping is not okay. You have to maybe run longer and jump harder, and then you'll be able to jump. So you'll also be a better jumper. After that, you'll be able to help others and guide others better. So that is the importance of failures in life. Any further questions?
Good evening, sir. I'm
Good evening.
Bhavita, and I would like to ask you some of the questions which are just clicking my mind right now.
Yes, Bhavi, please go ahead.
How did you manage your time, and what were your struggles in the journey of being a doctor?
So one of the struggle I just mentioned was reading and writing difficulty, which I was not even aware of. I used to always think that maybe I'm not interested in these subjects are boring, or I'm not good at them. I would kind of blame myself for bad handwriting and for poor reading. And but whereas I actually had a difficulty, I was dyslexic, I did not know that. Now, of course, those things can be found out now. But I devised strategies, to overcome that. As I said, that I went for smaller books, more concise, more precise, more condensed books. So there's one strategy which I developed. I was from very, very humble background. My family were not very, very well financially, very well off. So, but I studied well. I cleared the competitive exams and got through of my own thing. So sometimes, see, so the challenges are not always bad. People who are given a lot of luxuries in their early life, people who have no challenges in their life, they don't fare very well in their life. Take examples of some big business people also. Take example of some big politicians also. Their children are not doing too well. I will not name them, but you may understand. So take the example of a biggest industrialist in India, right? One of the biggest industrialists in India, one of the biggest businessmen of India. The kids are not doing too well. They're not as great. And whereas, people who have reached very high, if you go into their history, you'll find that their early life they had a lot of struggle. So this struggle in life actually gives you the driving force. And it tells you that, okay, fine, if this is the struggle, I'm going to take this challenge, I'm going to overcome this fight and be at the top of it. Somebody for whom life became very, very cozy, very, very easy, he does not get that kick from behind to drive them to that success. So struggles, the unhappiness, hurt, failure, mistakes, falls are important. And it gives you that push it gives you the challenge, it gives you that drive, that fire in you. It is that fire in you, it is that drive in you which will take you to places. It is not the comfort around you. It is not the facilities that you have. It is not the things that parents provided to you. They will, they're ancillary, they're secondary. That is not the primary thing. The primary thing is the fire inside you, that strong desire to do something great in life, which will take you places. Teachers, as I said, teachers will not teach you, will not be able to teach you. You have to teach yourself, you have to learn yourself. Teacher can only provide you with inspiration. Let me give you an example. You must be knowing about a thing called dynamite, which is an explosive. An explosive cannot explode. If you light a candle to an explosive or dynamite, it burns like a candle only. For the dynamite to explode, what do you need? You need another small ingredient, a very small ingredient, and that is called the detonator. So the teachers can provide that detonation, that spark, that inspiration, which can actually explode the dynamite. So you are the dynamite. That fire in you, that is the dynamite. You have that fuel in you. Teachers can only provide that spark. So my humble request to the teacher is, to all the teachers, do not try to teach your kids. Do not try to help them score better. Inspire them. Motivate them. That why should they have that fire inside them? Why should they work hard? Why should they work towards a particular goal? Why should they become better in life? And for the kids, remember that it is that motivation, that fire, that drive that will take you to places, not the comforts, not the facilities, not the gizmos and gadgets that are provided by the school or by your parents. So never be scared of the hardships and the challenges. They're very, very important. They actually take you places.
So you
So,
might have
Bhavin,
encountered some patients who makes you annoyed at times. Then how do you just control your emotions and make yourself calm at that point?
well, just like the teachers remain calm and quiet when you annoy them. So, okay, first of all, I'll tell you, I have annoyed all my teachers in my school days, and I think we made all the teachers cry. Firstly, ma'am had to come to the class to rescue the teachers and to scold us. So we would say,
I don't agree
okay,
to that. I don't agree to that, Sanjay.
ma'am, we remember that, ma'am. So, but still, we used to love our teachers, and our teachers used to love us because there was a very special bond between us. We used to annoy them, but we used to love them also. We used to respect them. And so I said I was bad in Hindi, but I still remember the Hindi literature that I read in my class 10. And my Hindi teacher, Mrs. Chandrakanta Mehta, is my Facebook friend right now. And I often quote that she was one who inspired that interest in me. She never taught. I would not learn, but she inspired that interest in me. So I'm interested in Hindi literature now at this age. I remember her, though I hated Hindi at that point of time. But she inspired that feeling in us. So the teachers remain calm. So the way you remain calm is that you have to do not react to the situation. If you're encountered something unpleasant, do not immediately jump with the reaction. There should not be a knee-jerk response. Quieten down, listen, think about it, give it a moment's thought. Try to see that why is the other person acting the way the other person is. The moment you try to think beyond the surface, beyond the unpleasant thing that is hurled at you, try to get into the mind of the other person. You may feel that, okay, fine, maybe the other person is actually in pain. So I, as a doctor, realize the patient is in pain. It is because of that pain the person is irritated and acting this way. How can I help relieve his pain? So I remain calm and quiet, and I objectively assess the person, and then I give the treatment. And when the person is relieved, often people come and they say, sorry, doc, we were kind of unpleasant to you. Fortunately, it never happened to me, this kind of scenario, because I always talk to my patients, with great compassion. And my compassion for my patient is also a result of the learnings from my early life, also the result of hardship that I face in my early life, difficulties I may have faced in my life. So I try to understand them, I try to understand their pain, and I try to provide them with a solution with a patient hearing, with a compassionate heart. So if you're compassionate yourself, the other person will also respond in the same way. So that's the way to. So don't avoid knee-jerk reaction. give it a moment's delay, give it a moment's pause, and think that think about why the other person is reacting. So do not go by the surface only. Do not go by the content. Go for the intent of the person as well. Go look at the thought of the person. It may be of great help for you.
So nowadays, anxiety is a very common issue among the youth. So how can we deal with that anxiety, and what are the causes of the anxiety?
So anxiety basically is a fear of the unknown, and to some extent, anxiety is normal and required. Because if there's a risk, if you perceive any danger around you, you become anxious. You become alert to the presence of that danger. You prepare yourself to deal with that danger. So, to that extent, anxiety is normal. But when anxiety becomes disproportionate, that it paralyzes you, that is not normal. So, that is where you actually need to understand the danger, understand your preparedness, and see how well prepared you are, and understand the danger in a very realistic way. So don't think that all anxiety is bad. Some amount of anxiety is normal and good. It prepares you and helps you deal with the danger or the threat. No. But when it's disproportionate, that is when you need to really work on that part. And the way to work is that to prepare yourself better to deal with the threats, also to assess the threat in a very objective way. Sometimes we think the threat is very, very big. It may not be that big. And I believe me that most of the time the anxiety is gone the way actually when you actually face the threat rightly. Typical example is stage fright. That there's a fear or anxiety of going onto the stage. But the moment you go onto the stage and you start talking to people, you start addressing the gathering, the anxiety is gone. But before going onto the stage, everyone feels somewhat anxious. Even the most experienced compeers, anchors, artists, people go onto stage. Your teachers also, when they go to the stage and hold the mic, for a moment before that, they have slight anxiety. Of course, that anxiety becomes less with more and more experience because they're more and more prepared. They've experienced that part. So it's no longer a threat. But they still feel some slight anxiety before they actually begin talking. So anxiety means that you need to prepare yourself to be able to deal with the threat and the danger.
Good
Thank
evening,
you, sir, for
sir.
answering my
Good evening.
questions.
Thank you,
I'm
Bhuvi.
Bhuvi Singh, and as you brought up the pain part, I have something on my mind that I would like to ask. That I personally think that pain is a gift because without it, we won't know we can't feel the hurt we inflict. I want to know, what do you think about this?
Okay, so that's a very, very mature thing which you have said. And I really salute you for that. That at your age, if you can think like that, is really amazing. Yes, so what is the role of pain? Why did nature, God create pain? Pain or a noxious stimuli. Pain is created basically to help protect ourselves so that we save ourselves from things which can hurt us. Also, pain provides a contrast. And if you look around yourself, there is always a contrast in everything. Day, night, light, darkness, happiness, unhappiness, pain, sorrow with the relief, and ups and downs, good days, bad days, 4 different seasons. So there are contrasting things. The contrast always enhances our experience. If there was no darkness, there would be no light. The light gets its meaning because there is darkness. So when we say light, we say that absence of light is darkness. So contrast is always helpful. If I were to tell you, there's some noise in the background.
Mute yourself, everyone. Friends, please mute yourself. Thank you.
Okay. So I think most kids like chocolates. You enjoy chocolates, right? You love to eat chocolates. Now, if I tell you, okay, now there's a whole truckload of chocolates available to you. You start eating chocolate, but eat only chocolate throughout the day. Breakfast, lunch, evening snack, dinner, everything only chocolate, nothing else. I can guarantee in one day's time, you'll get sick and tired of the chocolates. right? It's a delicious thing, it's an enjoyable thing, but you cannot have chocolates throughout, you need other things. If I say, okay, now have this, here's a spicy food, there are chilies over there, a lot of chilies in this, eat this chili, and then now you have chocolate. You enjoy chocolate much more after eating something really bitter and something really very, very hot and spicy. Don't you? Bhuvi? Am I right? Am I wrong?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
You
you are
know,
right.
in the summer months, when you are outside in the heat, and when you suddenly come inside in cold air-conditioned air, you feel so much relief and happiness. Or if in winters, from biting cold outside, you come into warm home, you immediately feel relief and happiness. Why? Because of the contrast that you experience. So from unpleasant thing to the pleasant thing. So the experience of pleasure is enhanced because you have experienced the pain. So pain was made to enhance your experience of pleasure. In life, there will always be ups and downs. Every down actually helps you enjoy the ups. If there were no downs, there would be no up. Life would be one flat line, and life never goes on like that. Flat line means you're dead. So life always there is ups and downs, and each down is basically there so that you can experience the ups and the highs. So the crest and the troughs, the waves and the ebbs. So this the day, night, black, white, happiness, unhappiness it is the contrast, and contrast actually enriches the quality of your life, your experience. But that does not mean that you should inflict pain on yourself. You can you can add that contrast by adding difficulties in your life, giving yourself a better challenge. Today you read, say, okay, fine, something, and you scored this many marks. Tomorrow you may want to do better. So pose challenges for yourself, create your own challenges, and then try to overcome them. So they take challenge as the hurt and the pain, and overcoming that as the high. So each challenge you pose to yourself is the trough, and each success that you meet by overcoming the challenge is the high. So challenge yourself. Always this should always be an attempt to become better. There's a nice quotation which says that when you stop trying to become better, you stop being good. You may not understand this right now, but if you just remember that, and you'll appreciate its value later in life, that when you stop trying to become better, you become stagnant. You're no longer good. A good person is always trying to become better than what he is today. So that should be your, everyday way of living, that every day you should try to become better than what you were yesterday. And that is how, so step by step you keep growing.
Question. I hope that was the last question, children. Anybody else?
Yes, ma'am. My name is Asta this side.
Sure, Asta.
Ma'am, sir, I want to ask, there is a very thin line between passion and addiction. Can you guide our student to understand the difference?
Passion and addiction. Addiction is something that you get so absorbed in doing a particular thing that you cannot get away from it, cannot get out of it, and it's too extreme. And I said these 7 P's, you need to deal with them in an equal way, in a balanced way. There should not be excess of any of this. So whether it's profession, passion, physique, people, places, paisa, philosophy, everything should be in a balanced way. So you need to have a balance in your life. So I would say that addiction of passion is bad, addiction of profession is also bad. So do not only study. So you should not be studying for 24 hours a day. No, don't do that. That is bad for you, bad for your mind, bad for your health. So even if you're addicted to studies, it is not good. Any kind of addiction is not good. Extremes are never good. But yes, there may be days when you're only studying, there may be days when you're only playing, but over the period of time, so let us say if you were to take an average of 1 month or say 12 months, things should be fairly balanced. Before the exams, you may be spending more time studying. In the holidays, you may be spending more time in your fun activities. But over the year, things should be evened out, balanced out. So there should be a fair balance between all these 7 P's of life, especially between passion and profession. Should be a fair amount of balance now. And because unbalanced, as I said, you cannot eat only chocolates. If you're eating only chocolates, ultimately it'll be bad for your health. You'll give it up. it will break down. So no addiction is good. So too much of anything is not really good. There should be fair amount of balance. And you kids are intelligent. You guys already know. You're a Google generation. You can always search for these things. You can search for answers. Always listen to your mind. You know these things. It's a very, very common knowledge that you should take care of your body. You should take care of your passion, because there should be balance of things. You know that. Just follow your mind. Follow your own advice. At times, in life, there is a tug of war between mind and the heart. And we all know it. दिल कहता है कि खेलो, दिमाग कहता है कि कल एग्जाम है, आज पढ़ लो, कल खेलना जाके. Right? So when the heart and mind are at war with each other, the golden rule is let the mind win. So another way of looking at it is that be true to yourself, be honest to yourself. Do not cheat yourself. This is especially for the students now. At times we cheat ourselves and do not follow our own advice, which is bad. You may cheat your teachers, you may cheat your parents, everything is fine. Don't cheat yourself. Listen to your mind. Your mind will always tell you the right thing to do. There are two voices inside us. One voice guides you into the right path. The other voice kind of takes you away from the path. Follow the right path. And the heart and mind should team up. There should be a good friendship between them. There should be, so that they can maintain a good balance and go ahead as great friend, as great team. So this is how you should train your thoughts, train your mind, train your emotion, train yourself. That in life, it is very, very important that the heart and mind, or these two voices, should be friends with each other, should listen to each other, should be in harmony with each other. There should not be a discord in these two things. That is when the conflicts arise. That is when all the emotional problems arise. That is when all those mental issues arise. When the two voices in us, or the heart and the mind in us, are in conflict with each other. Conflict is rarely with the outside world. Mostly the conflict is within us now. So there should be a harmony in our heart and mind, and there should be balance in the things that we do. So, addiction is absolutely no. Addiction of any kind is no.
I hope that was the last question. Okay. Thanks a lot, Dr. Sanjay, for your cascade of wisdom. We soaked both our hearts as well as our souls into beautiful essence of life. It was a bliss to hear your echoing stream of astounding rules of life, Dr. Sanjay. And with this, I would like to invite my friend, Mrs. Admina Gooms, to convey vote of thanks to our distinguished guest.
Thank you, Mahima. Thank you, Mahima. Albert Schweitzer once said, "At times our own light goes out and is rekindled by a spark from another person. Each of us has cause to think with deep gratitude of those who have lightened the flame within us. And I'm proud to say Dr. Sanjay Dhawan is one of them. Good evening, everyone. On behalf of Founder Principal Ma'am, the school management, and the entire fraternity of Greenfields Public School, I wish to deeply thank Dr. Sanjay for sharing his simple ideas of leading a life of happiness and joy. I just want to share a few things, Doctor, if you will permit me.
Most welcome to.
Thank you. 7 tips to be happy in life. Never hate. Don't worry. Live simple. Expect a little. Give a lot. Always smile. And keep in touch with God. I hope you will agree with me, Doctor.
Absolutely agree with you. The 7 aspects, the 7 P's that I talked about now, if you look at them, these 7 things that you said are already part of that.
Yes.
Right. So when you talk of God, there's a philosophy which is there. When you talk of that do good to others, the people are there, and having a good heart. So all the P's, they actually cover all these aspects.
Yes, you certainly have covered all the P's, and we are so proud to have an ex-Grenadian amongst us. You have really, really done us proud, and thank you once again from all of us.
Thank you, Admina. Thank you very much. Thanks
a lot, Admina, for your vote of thanks. Dear friends, now I request you all to please stand for the national anthem. Ms. Suman, please.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा जगदीकरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मागे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 जय
Thank you, everyone, and wish you all a very happy, healthy, and prosperous life. Thanks a lot, Dr. Sanjay, once again.
Thank you very much. And if anybody wants to reach me out, feel free to. If any student wants to communicate with me, you can take my contact from Mahima ma'am and reach out to me. I'll be very, very happy to help. Any kind of help required, I'm available. It'll be my pleasure. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Sanjay.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Sanjay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir.
Good evening, ma'am.
Thank you.
Good night, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
Good night,
Good
everyone.
night, madam.
Bye. Good evening. Bye, everyone.
Thank you, sir.
Good evening,
Thank you,
ma'am. Good
ma'am.
evening, sir.
Good evening, madam.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening,
Thank
ma'am.
you.
Good evening, sir.
Good
Good
evening, sir. Good evening.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening. Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Good
Good
evening,
evening,
sir.
Good evening, Madam Mahima. Good evening.
Good evening. Good evening. Good evening.
Good evening,
evening.
sir.
Good evening to one and all.
Good evening.
Once again, thank you,
Good
Dr.
evening,
Sanjay.
Thank you. Thank
Good
you very
evening,
much.
everyone.
Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Good evening.
Good evening,
Good
madam.
evening.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening. Good evening.
Good evening, everyone.
Dr. Sanjay, you may end the meet now.
All right.
Thank you
Thank
so
you. Thanks,
much.
everyone. Thank you. I'll be closing the meeting
Thank
now.
you. Thank you, Dr. Sanjay. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. It's my pleasure and honor to be here, sir. Thank you.
Same
Thank
here.
you very
Same
much.
here.
Thank
May
you,
God
doctor.
bless you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.